YouTube, what it do, man? You know the model. If you can, go over there, hit me with a like, which is the thumbs up, and that's gonna let me know I'm sending my stuff. This right here, one of the YGG young homeboy, he said, man, niggas be shooting a lot of stories on this motherfucker, but ain't nobody talked about chunking them with the police. Everybody talk about chunking them with each other or who's chunking them with who, but who got a story of chunking them with the police? So I said, man, I remember me and my homeboy Lil Bugsy from my turf, homie. My homeboy Lil Bugsy, he probably like Belizean and like a Belizean mix, homie. But he had crop all the way down to his like khaki belt, homie, all the way down to his waist. His crop was long, homie. And the homie was like a real stand-up soldier, homie, you know what I'm saying? Was a real valuable, you know what I'm saying, source to the turf, homie. And I remember little Bugsy, he get out the penitentiary, homie. At these times, dudes would get out the penitentiary and come straight to the neighborhood and kind of try to pick up where we left off at. So the homie pick off where he left off at coming home from the penitentiary. He ain't even home a week, I don't think, homie. But he grinding on the 500 block and we hanging out. This always been like one of my buddies and shit throughout my career over there. You know what I'm saying? Good dude. We didn't have spots and everything together. So to kick into the story, one time happened to pull up on the block one day, dog. It's like nighttime. And we don't get a chance to cut the break from one time. So we out on the block. They jump out with the major harassment. You know what I'm saying? And we had been drinking night train and smoking chronic. So we kind of like up on one. You know what I mean? Up on one, drunk, bent, and kind of intoxicated. So we ain't really giving a heck what might kick off. So one time come with the shenanigans and told us to, as they get up on us, draw down and make us put our hands on the car, dog. So we put our they tell us to put our hands on the car, so we put our hands on the car. So everybody been bumped by the police. You know the procedure. So you put your hands on the car, so they say spread your leg. But homies, back then, we was kind of banged out, rebellious. We'd place our hands on the core and kind of lightweight still spread our legs, kind of like G style, like fool. We ain't out here balleting, homie, so we ain't finna spread our legs like that. And some one time used to get offended for the homies, failing to cooperate with them. So anyway, fool hollering about, I said spread your legs. So I'm like, man, I ain't spread my legs like that. So fool tell me to stand straight up. The police tell me stand straight up. So I stand straight up. Fool sweep me off my feet, homie. So I hit the ground. When he sweeped me, I hit the ground. Bam. So I jumped straight up. You know what I'm saying? I'm on bang mode. Because remember now, we've been drinking and stuff. So I jump up. I'm like, blood, what's happening with you, homie? You got me fucked up. So he yelling about who you blood and I ain't your homie. So I'm like, whatever. So the altercation goes. So now remind you, little Bugsy right there. He ain't been home like a week. So he like, what's up, man? That's my homeboy. What y'all got going? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Take us to jail. Take us to jail if y'all want to take us to jail for being drunk and tripping. But other than that, y'all putting y'all hands on people. We ain't standing for that. So he like, oh, y'all think y'all hard. So anyway, they wind up turning. So we wind up getting turned back around. They cuff both of us, homie. They cuff both of us. So they throw us in the back seat of the police car. So remind you, like I say, the homie ain't been out a week, dog. And so dudes that hit the straight turf, homie, and it just be like whatever. So, but I'm faded, so I ain't really tripping off the homie being out only a week. I'm just on one. So bam, they take us to the police station, homie. We land at Inglewood police station. So So we arguing with the police on our ride there. Man, y'all some bitch ass motherfuckers. Y'all could have let us go, homie. Y'all must be some new booties or some shit. Or woo, woo. We just going big on them. And they going big back. Fuck y'all. Woo, woo. We don't give a fuck. So we talking about let us get our fade in. Let us get one, homie. So they like, yeah, y'all want to fight? We like, yeah. So when we get up, hey, homie, true story, homie, when we pull up, when we pull up in the back of the Inglewood police station, dog, they pull us out the back seat of the police car. So we still cuff. So one police he take one on me. Bam, I'm like, ooh, I'm handcuffed. I'm like, take the cuffs off. Take the cuffs off, little buggy. Like, take the cuffs off. So y'all talking about y'all want to get down. Homie, so they take the cuffs off of us. So I'm like, homie, y'all ain't gonna put no ad charge. We bent. Y'all ain't put no ad charge. We could get out, right? Two white polices, homie. They like, yeah. So they get to shoving on it. So we like, is y'all sure? So, okay, no, let me take it back. They uncuffed me first. They got us both cuffed. So fool started trying to like, okay, they don't uncuff us yet. So fool kind of like, they trying to shove us around cuffed. So they both started gaining up on. They one move off of me and go help his partner with the homie Lil Bugsy. So now they like trying to take off on the homie Lil Bugsy white cut. So I football charged straight into the one time. Bam. So fool like 1-1. So bam, I knocked him out. I knocked the one time out the way and charged that fool. So the other white police say, take the cuffs off of him. So the fools take the cuffs off of us, homie. Hey, homie, we in the back of the Inglewood police station, homie. True story, homie. We out there like this with one time, homie. Motherfuckers throwing blows, slanging with one time. And them fools are slanging them back like boom, 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 trying to straight get off. And we kind of like tussling. True story, straight tussling. So doing the tussling, it go for like we back there for like about 10 minutes before they uncuffed us, shoving on us and everything, tussling with one time. Another one time bag up in Maces, homie. So now we maced out. So we maced out. So fool them trying to take off from us. So we like bagging up all through the thing. So I remember one police started laughing and shit and plug up a water hose and fool started blasting us with it. Like, get over here. Start blasting us with a water hose, homie. Like, wash our faces off. Hey, homie, we straight laughed off that shit. They booked us for, I guess, disturbing the peace, like being drunk. But remind you, Lil Bugsy had to parole. He was on parole, so he wound up having to get a violation and going to the county jail and shit. I wound up going to court and wound up getting out. And I remember we was drunk up in there all night after that shit. And the homie used to wear K-Swiss. Lil Bugsy wore K-Swiss because the soul used to come up easy. And he used to keep a gain of money in his shoes. So he bent. That fool wound up laying out. You know, back then we having paper. He laid out about like 3,500 on the straight jail table in the Inglewood substation jail thing. Went to sleep with about 3,500 on the table. And there used to be a police bailiff in there named Max or something. I think a female bailiff, but she knew all the homies and shit. And I remember she was like, Lil Bugsy, why you didn't check that money in when you first came to jail? You know what I'm saying? Took all the homie bread. But that's a story of a head up police, head up story where me and the homie took a fade with the police, homie. And they respected us for that, washed our face down and laughed off that shit, homie, and just get, you know what I'm saying? But back then, police are chunking with homies. Homies would get a chance to chunk them with police if you was solid and was like a rebellious style dude. And the police back then, they weren't really like the police now where they quick to draw out straps and bust. They was more like, you know, kind of like hands on one time, homie. You know what I'm saying? You know, some of them was, you know, with the bullshit. But most of them, if you was like talking that shit, they was gonna talk that shit back and be down to get down with you. 89 on up, G shit, naive shit. And I'm just serving it, homie. You know what I'm saying? We just sending it. I'm out.